Peace, love, and light. All peace, love, and light. I wanted to come on really quickly to thank everyone who has wished me well on my solar return. I feel so very grateful to you all and for you all. So it feels really good to, get some of what I have put out back, reciprocated back to me. Um, this solar return has been um, quite beautiful. It has been absolutely beautiful. It's not that I have done anything in particular. It's just that I am so very grateful for how far I have come. I have definitely evolved. I am so much more wiser and much more knowledgeable than I was this time last year. I am different from even what I was last week, to be quite honest. I am constantly growing. As I have been away, I know you guys have not seen a lot of content from me on this particular platform. I have just been doing my work. And so um, that's where I've been, and I've just been doing my work. I am actively in ascension. I'm very much so aware of that. And it is of top priority that I continue to do what is required of me so that I can continue to raise my vibratory rate so that I am not left behind here. That is why you have not seen me primarily, aside from the other reasons that I mentioned in my previous post regarding being shadow banned. Um, I'm just really not receiving, a lot of, the support that I should have received, with all that I have given on this platform. I haven't seen, an uptick in the sharing, an uptick in the comments, and in the subscriptions. I think YouTube is, doing something funky and wonky with that. And so, I'm just like, I'm not going to fuss. I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to, coerce anyone. I am an authentic light. And so all that should be will be, right? I hope that the content that I have shared is still serving its purpose, right? And so if it's doing that, then I have done my job. I've done my job. But we're actively in war right now. I feel it. I've always felt it um, from the onset, and it's progressing forward. It is not going to be this like profound event, that is going to just happen one day. This one, primary event. It's going to be a gradual process. That that is what it's going to be. So if you're waiting for the former, then you're going to be stuck waiting for that event. The events are going on now, all around you. They're going on now. We are actively in war in the last days. This is where we are. Okay, our sun is heating up, it's getting hotter, it's going to continue to get hotter until the most of us just will not be able to tolerate it, and that includes melanites. So don't think just because you are melanated that you are just automatically going to be able to withstand. It is not so. Again, your vibratory rate is key. It is key. Okay? And so that's what I've been doing. That's why I've been away. I'm just really proud of myself. I feel so grateful. I've never been one that has needed this, entourage around me. I, pretty much have been just solo dolo, aside from, being with and around my son. Yeah, that's just been the way that my life has been most of my life. I've never been, shy or disappointed in alone time. and not to say that I don't like to be around others. It's just that a lot of folks have problems and they don't do their work. They do. There's no introspection. There is no accountability. They're stuck in religious dogma. That's not where I am. That's another thing. That's not where I am. And I want to make that very clear, because I respect where everyone is, and I know that my viewers are in various places at this particular time. But I must make it very clear, I do not belong to any religious sect. I do not belong to any religious sect. I don't subscribe to it. I have far surpassed that in my life. I do not subscribe to religious dogma. I don't. I've been there, done that. Grew up, went to Catholic school, been through Christianity, many denominations within that, went through the whole Hebrew Israelite movement, went through that. I have ascended far past those things. Okay? So you're welcome on my platform as long as you know that and you respect that. Okay? Just as I respect where you are. However, I share a lot of spiritual things, okay? Because that's who I am in my essence. I am spirit. My spirit uses the soul to do the work, and the soul is what powers this physical vessel, okay? So I do not subscribe to any religious sect, any denomination, any religious dogma. I don't. So don't come here thinking that I do. Okay? But when I am sharing spiritual things to the spiritually inclined, I will not tolerate those who are in religious dogma to come here and try to reinfect my viewers who are here for help with their spiritual awakening. I won't allow you to spew religious dogma and try to, reinfect them, re-allegian them, okay? Trying to pull them back from where they've come from. That I won't allow. Okay. So, and that's when I'm teaching, when I'm actually teaching on a particular spiritual subject. If I'm, sharing, teaching, whatever, that's when I'm doing that. Again, I respect where everyone is, but you will respect me and you will respect my platform. We are actively at war, and also concurrently, we are in ascension. That's what's happening, whether you want to accept it or not. And like I said, it is a gradual process that is currently happening. It is not going to be this one isolated event. There will be multiple events, and they are actually happening now if you have eyes to see. Okay. So that's what I've been doing, and I just wanted to thank you all so much. It means so much to me. For those that gave a monetary donation, I thank you so much. Thank you. And so while whether I get, a drink or, a snack or whatever it is that I choose to spend it on, I will think of you. You will be in my mind, in my heart, because it came from you. And I am so very appreciative. What I do on this platform, I do it. I've done it from my heart. I've given a lot of my time currency, and I haven't asked for much at all. Okay. And so like I said, it has been my pleasure. Many have contacted me and they have said that they've learned so much, that they have gleaned so much from the content that I've shared on this channel and also on Mahogany Speaks Truth, which I have not posted on for quite some time. I think since came from Ghana. I do plan to travel more coming up soon, so I'm really excited about that. I am working on the homestead, and that is in the forefront, and I'm not going to share a lot about that until things are complete and done and solidified. Then I will share more, and it's how much I choose to share, because everything isn't meant for the internet. It just isn't. Okay, so I would share what I choose to share, but I'm just really appreciating this day. I'm in my meditation. I am just pulsating, gratitude, 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 because I tell you, when I was rearing Josiah, and I've always wanted to travel, but when I was rearing him, and I'd gone through so many struggles during that time, just rearing this young man and working my fingers to the bone. There was a time I was working 3 jobs. I was in school full time and in another school for medical assisting. Like, I really worked my butt off to make sure that my son had all that he needed. And so, it started off with my son just saying, Mom, I want to go on a plane ride. And I promised my son that day, I said, Son, you will go on a plane ride. And anything else that you want to do, Mommy's going to make sure that you do it. And he said, well, he also wanted to go to a beach, because at the time, like I said, my son was reared in Georgia, which is my favorite state. It treated us so well. A-Town down, Decatur, where it's greater. Yeah, you know what it is. So, it was just such a pleasure that community loved us so much, you guys. I'll have to share a video on how we were loved in Atlanta, in Georgia as a whole. We were loved so much, and I'm so glad that I was able to rear him in Atlanta at that particular time. And so, yeah, he wanted to go to the beach, and I said, Son, you will also go to the beach. And so first, he went to the beach. When we moved to Houston, he got to go to the beach for the first time. And although even Houstonians would say, Mahogany, that's not a beach. Like, they don't consider Galveston to be a beach. But when we went that day, like, yeah, it's not like the prettiest beach, but it's a beach nonetheless. And I can tell you, Josiah and I had a magnificent time. Like, we had a blast. And so aside from, the party poopers of, I don't know what they were, some officers or whatever, kept interrupting us and telling us not to go too far and what have you. So, but, and we weren't even far, because, I don't even want to go out too far, but it's just, they kept interjecting themselves, and it was like really disturbing the fun that we were having. So he did that. And then, we ended up moving to the continent, and he got to go to some of the most beautiful beaches. Okay. And at the same time, he was able to get on the plane. So that was his first plane ride. So, and since then, we've been through several countries, and my son's passport is full. We actually had to get him a new one. And so I just feel so grateful that I've been able to, really take my son on this journey with me, and not forcefully, just him wanting to do it, willingly. I've always included my son, in, certain decisions, especially about what environment we're in and we're going to spend time in. It's very important to me because it is also his life. And of course, sometimes as guardians, we are tasked with making executive decisions, but I always made it a point to include my son in decisions about where we're moving to. And, even when he was in the school system, Son, what school do you want to go to? Let's weigh the pros and the cons. And As you know, my son has been out of the system for a very long time, and he's been homeschooled. He's been able to live just a less stressful life. He's been able to learn things that he would not otherwise have learned had he continued in the school system. He knows so much about himself, and how this universe works. And so I'm just grateful for that, and about who he is, and the powers that he possesses inside. He's always been an excellent student. I mean, my son is doing calculus and algebra. I mean, he can put down the work for a minute, if we're traveling or if we're focusing on something else. Like, he has his own business. He's built his own websites. These are things that he did on his own with the intellectual gifts that has been bestowed upon him. So I'm just, as he's getting ready to turn 9, um 18, 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 is the highest number. All other numbers are a compound of 1 through 9. Okay, so when I say 9, I mean 18. But he's 9. Okay, and so he's getting ready to be 9, and of the majority, and he's getting ready to embark on his own personal journey. And that's exciting, because I tell you, it has been such a journey, just being his mother, being a single mother, and just coming up to this point, where he is going into adulthood. It's so much happening inside of me that I can't even articulate at this time. So yeah, know that my book is getting ready. My second release is coming out, and so I'm just waiting to finish up this last chapter, and then I have to wait on the approval, the copyright approval, because I must protect my work. Once I get the copyright approval, I'm going to release the title. Okay, this is a love story, so this is different from my first release, which is Speak Light. If you're interested in purchasing that, all you have to do is email Her Pen Publishings, Her Pen, HERPEN Publishings @gmail.com. Let me know in the title that you would like to purchase the ebook called Speak Light. I will send you a link, and then you can purchase it that way, and I will send you the copy via your email. So this is getting long. I just wanted to say thank you all so much and let you know what I have been up to and what's coming. Just let you know that I'm so grateful for all of you all. Thank you so much for being a part of Journey Through Alkebulan and beyond. Know that there's so much more coming. There is so much more coming, and I will take you along with me. I am a different person. Don't look for the mahogany of a year ago. Don't look for the mahogany of 2-3 years ago, because she's not here. She doesn't exist anymore. She has grown past that point. She has become a new creature. I am a new creature, constantly growing, constantly learning, and I am just so very grateful. So thank you all so very much for all the well wishes on this solo return. Thank you for your viewership and your support. And I will see you soon. So until next time, you all be good. All right.